Now, I saw this clip and I wasn't sure if I was impressed or terrified. I think it was a little bit of both. Check this out. A commenter wrote, "Any man who's worked with heavy equipment knows the feeling of being near thousands of pounds of steel moving at insane speeds like that. It's just something else." And I would have to agree. Another commenter wrote, "What's even more impressive is when he comes back later and pulls it back up with just his hands."
Mom, look how pretty the sunset is. Ow. What was that?
Alright, you've got to see this. A woman named Jane Everett was heading to Provo Municipal Airport with her family, and her daughter caught something really strange on video. As they're driving around Sunset, this dark figure suddenly appears by the side of the road, and before anyone can react, it slips away into the cornfield. Just as it vanishes, you can hear the daughter exclaim, "What was that?" According to Jane, this moment flipped her from a skeptic to a believer in the paranormal. And here's the kicker. Jane's YouTube channel only has about 16 subscribers, so she's definitely not chasing any viral fame. Could this be real evidence of something unexplained? I mean, I don't know. It looked pretty natural to me. The daughter's voice seemed natural, the way it was filmed. I don't know. Let me hear your thoughts. I mean, how have you gotten yourself in this predicament? What in the world is this guy thinking? Look at this comment. I completely agree. This is just crazy. I'm assuming this bear didn't attack because maybe it wasn't hungry and or there just aren't any cubs around. But let me know your thoughts. In this next clip, TikTok user Mutilo4256 was driving down a quiet, isolated road in Thailand around 8 o'clock in the evening. The drive was uneventful until something unsettling happened. As they were cruising down the road, seemingly out of nowhere, a woman in a white dress appeared right in front of the car. Startled, the driver instinctively swerved to avoid hitting her, but here's where it gets even stranger. Upon reviewing the dashcam footage and slowing it down, the figure doesn't seem solid. It only partially appears, almost as if it's flickering in and out of reality. Then, just like that, it vanishes without a trace. Now, could this dashcam have caught something supernatural? Some kind of ghostly apparition, perhaps? Or is it just our minds playing tricks on ourselves or a glitch in the recording? Well, whatever the case may be, it's definitely creepy. And it's up to you to decide what you think is going on here.
a bear? You think there's a bear up here next to the deer? Yeah, we probably should be too close to it, huh? Oh, cool though.
Back in 2012, a man camping in Utah with a group of friends saw something unusual off in the distance. At first, he assumed it was just a bear, but as he watched it climb the hillside, he realized that whatever it was didn't quite look right. This thing moved in a different way. On October 30th, 2012, a YouTuber known as Beardcard uploaded a video that quickly gained attention. It's only a minute or so long, but it's packed with great footage. In the clip, the group is standing among the autumn leaves when the camera suddenly pans up to catch a dark figure on the hillside. The trees don't block the view too much, and you can see something large crouched down, possibly trying to hide or perhaps foraging for food before it stands upright. That sudden movement sends everyone running. Now, the video has racked up nearly 8 million views, and that's just on YouTube. I mean, it's easily one of the most viewed pieces of potential Bigfoot evidence ever captured. I freaking love it. What do you guys think? This feels really legit to me. This next eerie clip was actually caught live on national television in Argentina. There's a popular program called Phenomena, which broadcasts live and focuses on notable weather events in Argentina and worldwide. During one of the episodes, co-host Matthias Barati was doing a standard weather forecast for the upcoming weekend when something truly bizarre occurred. As part of the show, they switched to a live feed from a security camera that overlooks the boardwalk in the city of Coranas. But on that feed, something strange appeared. A pale, translucent figure moving across the field and out of the camera's view. The odd part? It looked like the torso of a person, with what seemed like arms moving quickly, almost as if this figure was running. But whatever or whoever this is, has no legs. A shocked viewer who happened to be watching the show posted the footage to their Instagram, and it didn't take long for it to go viral, capturing the attention of thousands. By the time the show ended, Matthias and the TV crew reviewed the footage live, admitting they had no idea what it was.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es eso que pasa cuando estábamos en vivo? Esto sucedió en vivo, a ver, esto no es, o sea, no estamos jodiendo, se los digo en serio, no estamos jodiendo, esto pasó en vivo cuando estábamos hablando del tiempo y la cámara es de paso de la patria.
A ver, ahí viene corriendo.
Ay, ¿qué es eso? ¿No tiene patas?
Even stranger, they all pointed out that the figure seemed to be floating, as it had no visible legs. Now, could this be a bit of trickery, a camera glitch, or something more supernatural? No one knows for sure, but this strange sighting left viewers and the crew completely baffled. This is a pretty cool clip here. No one's been able to identify what this is. At first glance, most people thought it was a shark. Of course, others are calling it a mermaid. Probably the best explanation I saw is that this could be a gigantic, one of those large squids. I don't think it's anything sinister like most people are implying, though.
What if ice cream just scared the demons? They would mimic your scream. Oh. That never scared me anyway. Maybe it's just a bunch of kids trying to summon demons. That in the forest we're in? Yeah. Sounds like fun. The more you listen, the less scary it sounds. The more I listen, the more scary it sounds. I just sound like one of those now. Oh, you gotta get this? Yeah. I think I know what it is. I think it's a hyena. So, hyena sound like? No.
This video is undeniably chilling. One late afternoon, 2 teenage girls are out in the woods near their home taking pictures of a red rose for a school art project. Suddenly, they hear something unsettling coming from deeper in the forest. The strange noises make them uneasy, and one of the girls pulls out her phone to capture this disturbing moment. The video reveals the sound of strange screams echoing through the woods. The girls, nervous and thinking of wild animals or something worse, decide to get out of there and head home quickly. Thankfully, one of the girls tells her mother about the incident, and her mom wisely decides to call the police right away. This will end up being very important. When the authorities arrive and begin their search, they make a tragic discovery. In the woods, they find a woman who had been screaming for help. Her husband had collapsed suddenly and tragically passed away while they were out in the forest. The woman had been calling for help for hours, but it wasn't until the girls heard her cries that anyone came. Sadly, by the time help arrived, nothing could be done to save the man. However, this heartbreaking situation serves as an important reminder. Scary sounds aren't always what we think. Sometimes making that call for help can save a life. "14 years ago, Mark Doe visited a private school in Seattle. He was planning to use the inside of the school as the background for his next music video. Mark set up his camera in the hallway, preparing to film a clip for social media. However, something just didn't feel right. He struggled to stay focused, and eventually he gave up trying altogether.
Okay. I'm not doing this right. Okay. I can't even see myself. I don't know if this is, okay, never mind.
Much later, while reviewing the footage from that day, Mark came across something that sent chills down his spine. This is what the camera captured. Did you catch that? If you look closely, there's a faint, ghostly figure of a woman in a long white dress, barely visible as she walks in front of the staircase. But as she goes through the threshold, the figure becomes much clearer, only to vanish moments later. What makes this even more unsettling is that Mark was completely oblivious to what was happening right behind him at the time, yet he still felt distracted and confused for some reason. He couldn't quite put his finger on the feeling. Now, I think it's important to note that Mark's social media and YouTube content have always been centered around his music. This 14-year-old clip is the only thing on his channel that touches on anything related to the paranormal. A little different clip here, but this was too hysterical to pass up. Check this out. I mean, I think I speak for everybody when I say that I am so glad that Ring cameras, all of these cameras, were not around when I grew up. A girl in the comments wrote, "I would have this playing on the big screen TV when everyone came down for breakfast." This is just so funny. It's 3 a.m. in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Jorge Cruz and his family are sound asleep. Out of nowhere, the quiet is shattered when their bedroom door suddenly slams shut. Obviously, Jorge wakes up to the noise but brushes it off, thinking it's nothing, and drifts back to sleep. However, the next day, curiosity gets the better of him, and he wonders what could have caused the door to slam so violently. That's when he decides to check the baby monitor footage. What Jorge discovers chills him to the core. Before the door slams, you can hear loud, distinct banging noises. Then a shadowy figure, almost like a dark, formless mass, appears creeping near the bottom of the baby's crib. It lingers there, seemingly watching the sleeping child. At one point, the dark presence even moves around one of the stuffed animals in the crib, and just as quickly as it appeared, it vanishes into thin air. Jorge believes this entity could be something sinister haunting their home. But what do you think? Did the Cruz family unknowingly capture footage of a paranormal presence? Or could it be something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts.
Jesus!
Land of the free and home of the brave. Amazing clip here of this bald eagle. Everyone in the comments going nuts on how many times this guy pump faked the eagle. Like, throw it already. Amazing capture. And let's take a minute to look at the surroundings. That is absolutely beautiful. Where do you think that is? Looks like the Pacific Northwest to me.